Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel today. If you enjoyed this review, please drop a like and please subscribe down below. I appreciate all the support from everybody. And we have a very interesting pair, very interesting box. I really love what they did with these and the theme it was inspired on. If you know by the title, you might be familiar with how these came out. So we have a different take on the swoosh on the box. As you can see, it's kind of created in a digital form in that rigid styling. If we look at swoosh on the side, .swoosh stands for the website you would have gone to obtain these. And going around to the label, we have an Air Max 1 Low Poly Adventure in a white Canon neutral gray. And inside you do have that same poly digital paper, which is a nice little different of a touch. And this pair released very interestingly. I believe it was on February 26th. I will make sure that date's correct. I could be wrong. And the retail price was $150 US. So real quick before we talk about the details, you do get one pair of extra laces in a white, which is kind of nice. So this is called the Poly Adventure. As you can see, we have this polygon pattern, representing pixels and the digital world. This shoe with the gum bottom and the colors. If you're really familiar with video games and you went to the swoosh.com website, if you are a Nike member, make sure you go to swoosh.com. You'll be able to obtain another pair of these in the future. Not this exact pair, but pairs like this. This pair in itself had a few questions. There was a digital world where you went into swoosh, you walked around a little bit, and you found a digital replica of the shoe that you saw on kind of like a pedestal podium, like Indiana Jones trying to grab the artifact. And once that happens, you have to answer 3 questions. Those questions related to a specific video game. In this situation, it happened to be Tomb Raider. So you had like, where were the save points? What were they called? The first answer was crystals. There was one that had L1, R1, triangle, square, X, something like that. The last word of that, cheat code combination was circle. So when you got all 3 answers to the questions, you then got exclusive access where either you went directly to the sneakers app on your phone or you had a barcode pop up on your TV or your computer screen. You'd highlight the barcode and it would take you into sneakers where it gave you exclusive access to purchase a pair. Now remember, these pairs weren't held for everybody, so you had to be fast if you were going for, say, whatever size you wanted, because most likely people are also competing to go through that little digital world so they can obtain a pair as well. So that's for future releases. At the end of this month, I believe there is a Donkey Kong pair. I will throw that up right there. So check out swoosh.com if you want to find a pair like this. Talking about these, we do have a mesh kind of fabric going across the toe box with that poly pattern in white, a light soft gray, and then a darker gray. As you can see, it transitions. That same color transition goes throughout the gray poly pattern on the upper here. This is all like a nubuck, Durabuck style material. This is like a netting mesh, and then you have here, which is like a nylon mesh, kind of like that neoprene you see up here. Same material going across in this little panel. And then the swoosh itself is also that kind of Durabuck, nubuck material. Once again, the color is a little lighter than the camera's putting off, even with the lighting on it, which is kind of surprising. But they look really, really good in hand. Material feels really nice. And this poly pattern is truly unique to an Air Max 1, which I really enjoy what they did here. And the gum bottoms. I'm always a sucker for the gum bottoms on shoes. I'm not quite sure why, but with this colorway, it looks really nice on this pair. White midsole, and then you have kind of an ivory off-white cream bag inside the air unit. There is a look going up the tongue. You have that same mesh style netting, which is like the toe box going up, all in that poly pattern. There is a flat pair of white braided laces with a kind of a reflective shine. I don't want to say reflective, but more like a shimmer. The white laces you saw I showed in the beginning of the video. And then up top, you have a unique touch with the Nike Air actually being a poly swoosh and poly Nike. I like how they changed everything around a little bit, kind of paid tribute to what they're doing with the swoosh.com thing. And there's your kind of cyber world poly inspired insole with the Nike. So once again, a tribute to the games. And then if you look under the tongue here, you do have E rated by, so everybody. That was another way to kind of pay tribute, the video games and the ESRB rating and how they're rated for different age groups. So I really like how they did different touches like that. Once again, Nike Air on the back, stitched in that same color going on throughout the nubuck, Durabuck, whichever you want to call it. And under the tongue, you do have the same tag where it says E by everybody. So pretty cool touches. A little bit of teal going on the lace loops or lace eyelets on top. Otherwise, all the details are the same across both sneakers. So let me know what you think of this Air Max down below. I like what they're doing with the digital world, creating kind of exclusive pairs that you have to hunt for in order to get access. I think this is kind of maybe a more fair way because it's really hard for a bot to do this, if a bot can even attempt to try anything like this. So I think it's pretty unique, pretty cool. Maybe they should release things in the future like this. Maybe some really big drops that Nike knows is really hyped up and might release, and they see aftermarkets already at say $500-600. Maybe they'll do something like this to combat bots. It might be a good idea, you never know. But let me know what you think of these down below. I'll try to answer back to everybody, get some conversation going. I thank you all for the support. Stick around, I have more content coming shortly. And I thank you all for the support, and have a great day. All right,